Force yourself to be consistent. Everything falls into place, my friends. Tonight, I invite you to consider the extraordinary power of consistency. Life does not yield its treasures to the one who acts once in passion and then forgets. It yields itself to the one who shows up again and again, holding firm to the vision, standing faithfully in discipline, and refusing to abandon the dream, no matter how many storms appear along the way. Consistency is the bridge between your present and your destiny. It is the silent force that builds empires, the invisible thread that holds dreams together until they solidify into reality. Tonight, let us walk through 10 steps, 10 living truths that reveal how, by compelling yourself to be consistent, everything in your world begins to fall perfectly into place. Recognize the seed of intention. My friends, tonight I want you to pause for a moment and consider the power that lies within a single seed. If you hold in your hand the tiniest seed of a tree, you may look at it and think, this is nothing. This is small. This is weak. Yet hidden inside that seed is an entire forest. Hidden inside it is strength beyond your imagination. So it is with every dream you carry in your heart. It may seem small. It may seem fragile. But inside it is the blueprint for great. The very life you desire is already present in seed form within your imagination. And the very first step to consistency is to recognize that seed, to see it clearly, to acknowledge it, and to know it as yours. You see, many people drift through life without realizing they are carrying seeds within them. They complain of emptiness, of lack, of struggle. Yet within them are the beginnings of change. But a seed ignored is a seed wasted, and a seed wasted never grows. Recognition is the beginning of transformation. The moment you recognize your intention, you awaken it. The moment you say, yes, this is my dream. Yes, this is my desire. Yes, this belongs to me. You activate the life hidden within it. That recognition is not just a casual glance. It is a declaration. It is the planting of your flag in the unseen world, declaring to yourself and to life that you have chosen your path. But I tell you, recognition alone is not enough. For the seed does not grow by simply being seen. It must be honored. It must be nurtured. It must be remembered. And here is where consistency begins. Think of the farmer. When he places a seed in the soil, he does not return tomorrow, dig it up and say, why have you not grown? He does not abandon it after a week because it has not yet become a harvest. No, he waters it daily. He gives it light. He protects it. He trusts the process. And in time, the harvest comes. So it must be with the seed of your intention. Recognition is planting the seed in the soil of your mind. Consistency is watering it with daily focus, daily action, and daily faith. Without this recognition, you will drift from desire to desire, never anchoring yourself in the certainty of what belongs to you. Now let me ask you, what is the seed you are carrying? What is the dream that lingers quietly in your imagination, waiting for you to give it life? Do not think small. Do not think in terms of limitation. Recognize the seed that excites your heart, that stirs your spirit, that refuses to leave you alone. That is the seed you must honor. Some of you may say, but I do not know my dream. I do not know what seed is mine. If that is the case, look at where your longing rests. Look at what thoughts visit you when you are alone. Look at the vision that makes you feel alive. Even if it frightens you, there lies your seed. And once you have recognized it, hold it with reverence. Do not mock your own dream by calling it impossible. Do not trample it by comparing it with the success of others. And do not abandon it because you cannot see how it will come to pass. For the seed contains within itself all that is required for its unfolding. The farmer does not give the seed the tree. The tree is already encoded inside. Your dream already carries the instructions for its own fulfillment. Your task is not to create it. It is to recognize it, to believe in it, and to remain consistent until it grows. Now let us go deeper. Recognition requires focus. You cannot say you want one thing today and another tomorrow and expect the harvest to appear. The soil of your mind cannot nurture seeds that are constantly being uprooted and replaced. To recognize your intention is to give it priority. To say, this is what I choose. This is what I stand for. This is what I will nurture until it manifests in my world. Do not fear the size of your dream. Some seeds are small, but they grow into towering trees. Some dreams may feel beyond you, but they expand you as they unfold. The point is not how big or small the seed looks to you now. The point is that you have recognized it, claimed it, and committed yourself to it. This recognition transforms how you live daily. When you know your seed, you no longer waste your energy in distraction. You no longer scatter your efforts on paths that do not matter. You no longer live as a wanderer, hoping that chance will deliver something to you. Instead, you live as a gardener, tending faithfully to the intention you have chosen. And let me remind you, recognition is not merely mental acknowledgement, it is emotional acceptance. To recognize your dream is to feel it as real within you. To say, this is already mine, this is already alive in me, this is already growing beneath the surface, though my eyes may not yet see it. That recognition is the first act of faith, and faith, when held consistently, is unstoppable. So here is the charge I give you tonight. Do not leave this place without recognizing your seed. Write it down, speak it out, hold it in your mind until it becomes familiar. Let it take root in your imagination until it feels more real than your present circumstance. For once you recognize the seed of intention, you have taken the first most vital step toward consistency. Remember, everything you desire is already present in seed form within you. The harvest is waiting. The question is, will you recognize it, claim it, and honor it until it grows? The choice is yours. Recognition is the beginning. Consistency will be the path, and fulfillment will be the inevitable end. Discipline the mind. My friends, if the first step is to recognize the seed of intention, then the second step is to discipline the mind. For without discipline, the seed cannot take root. Understand this truth. The mind is the soil in which your dream must grow. If the soil is cluttered with weeds, distractions, and doubts, the seed will struggle to survive. But if the soil is rich, prepared, and cared for, then nothing can stop the seed from blossoming. Discipline of the mind is not about forcing thoughts with fear or pressure. It is about mastering the direction of your attention. For where your attention goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, life itself begins to shape around you. Think of the undisciplined mind. It drifts from fear to worry, from doubt to distraction, from vision to complaint. One moment, it imagines greatness. The next, it entertains defeat. Such a mind cannot carry a dream into reality. It is like trying to plant a seed in soil that is dug up again and again. The roots never have time to form. But a disciplined mind is steady. A disciplined mind chooses what it will dwell upon and refuses to give its power to anything less than the dream. A disciplined mind says, I will hold my vision. I will hold my intention. I will not feed the weeds of fear. I will not water the roots of doubt. I will nurture only that which I desire to see grow. This is the beginning of true power. Let me ask you, who rules your mind? Is it you, or is it the endless noise of the world? Do you allow every headline, every opinion, every setback to dictate how you feel, what you think, and what you believe? Or do you stand as the master of your inner kingdom, choosing deliberately where your thoughts will rest? Discipline is the difference. Without it, the world governs you. With it, you govern yourself. And when you govern yourself, you govern your destiny. Now, how does one discipline the mind? By practice, daily, deliberate practice. Just as the body grows stronger with exercise, the mind grows stronger with training. Each time you redirect your thought from doubt to faith, you build strength. Each time you turn your attention from distraction to vision, you reinforce discipline. Each time you silence the voice of fear and replace it with the voice of certainty, you fortify your inner foundation. And let me be clear. Discipline does not mean you will never feel fear. It does not mean you will never face doubt. It means that when fear speaks, you will not obey it. When doubt whispers, you will not bow to it. When distraction calls, you will not follow it. Discipline means that you, and only you, choose where the mind dwells. Consider the sculptor. He begins with a block of stone, rough and unformed. With every strike of the chisel, he removes what does not belong, until the image within the stone is revealed. So it is with your mind. Each day, discipline chips away at thoughts that do not belong. Fear, worry, limitation, until only the image of your chosen intention remains. That is the masterpiece of the disciplined mind. But here is the challenge. Discipline requires consistency. One day of practice is not enough. 1 week of effort is not enough. Just as the body must be exercised daily to remain strong, the mind must be trained daily to remain faithful. This is the labor most people avoid, and this is why their dreams remain unfulfilled. They begin with excitement, but the moment their mind wanders, they surrender. They say, it is too hard to focus. It is too hard to believe. It is too hard to resist the distractions. But the truth is this: discipline is not hard. It is unfamiliar. And what is unfamiliar today, if practiced, will become natural tomorrow. I tell you tonight, if you would see your dream fulfilled, you must commit to the training of your own mind. No one else can do it for you. No one else can hold your vision. No one else can discipline your thought. This is your responsibility. And in it lies your freedom. When the undisciplined mind faces an obstacle, it says, I cannot. When the disciplined mind faces the same obstacle, it says, I will find a way. When the undisciplined mind encounters delay, it says, it is not working. When the disciplined mind encounters delay, it says, the roots are growing. I will continue. When the undisciplined mind hears criticism, it gives up. When the disciplined mind hears criticism, it grows stronger. Do you see the difference? The same world confronts both. But the disciplined mind transforms every circumstance into fuel for the dream. There is a story of a great athlete who was once asked, what is the secret of your success? He replied, I train when I want to, and I train when I do not want to. That is discipline. It is not about acting only when you feel inspired. It is about acting because you have chosen, because you have committed, because your vision demands it. The same is true of your mind. Do not discipline it only when life is easy. Do not discipline it only when you feel strong. Discipline it when fear rises. Discipline it when doubt screams. Discipline it when the world tells you no. For it is in those moments that the seed of your dream either survives or dies. And here is the reward. Once your mind is disciplined, everything else falls into place. When your mind is steady, your emotions stabilize. When your emotions stabilize, your actions become consistent. When your actions are consistent, results become inevitable. The disciplined mind is the foundation upon which all success is built. So I ask you tonight, will you continue to let your thoughts wander like a leaf in the wind, tossed by every breeze of circumstance? Or will you stand as the master of your mind, directing it with clarity, holding it with strength, and training it with persistence? Your dream is waiting, your seed is planted. But without the discipline of the mind, the weeds will choke it. With discipline, the harvest is certain. Therefore, take this step seriously. Begin each day with the decision. Today, I will direct my mind. Today, I will hold my vision. Today, I will refuse to feed fear. Today, I will water only my dream. And if you repeat this daily, faithfully, consistently, you will soon discover that your mind is no longer your enemy. It has become your greatest ally. Discipline your mind and life itself will bow before you. 3. Create a ritual of faithful action, my friends. We've recognized the seed of intention. We have disciplined the mind, making it the faithful soil in which the dream may grow. But what is next? The third step is this: create a ritual of faithful action. Let us pause and reflect. What is a ritual? A ritual is not just an action. It is an action performed with intention, with meaning, with devotion. It is more than habit. Habit is mechanical. Ritual is sacred. Habit can be careless. Ritual is purposeful. A ritual is a bridge. It connects the unseen with the seen, the invisible with the visible, the dream with the reality. When you create a ritual, you are saying to life, this dream is not a passing thought. This dream is not a fleeting wish. This dream is my truth, and I will honor it daily. Many people fail not because they lack desire, not because they lack talent, but because they lack ritual. They say, I will do it when I feel like it. I will take action when inspiration strikes. But inspiration comes and goes. Discipline and ritual remain. Those who wait for the mood to be right will wait forever. But those who establish ritual create a steady rhythm, and it is rhythm that carries the dream into form. Think of the rising of the sun. Every morning without fail, it ascends. The farmer counts on it. The world awakens to it. That rhythm sustains life. Your dream too requires rhythm. A daily rising of faithful action, a sacred repetition that tells the universe, I am committed. Now, what does it mean to create a ritual of faithful action? It means you design your days around your vision. You do not leave it to chance. You do not leave it to mood. You set apart time, energy, and attention to honor the seed you have planted. If your dream is to write, then your ritual is to write daily. Even if only one page, even if only one paragraph, still you write. If your dream is to build a business, then your ritual is to take one action every day that grows it. If your dream is to strengthen the body, then your ritual is to train it consistently. The size of the action is not the key. The faithfulness of the action is the key. For what you repeat becomes who you are, and who you are determines what you create. But let me caution you, do not confuse ritual with empty routine. Routine without intention becomes lifeless. Ritual is alive because it is filled with meaning. When you perform your ritual, you do it not as a chore, but as an offering. You say, this act, though small, is my seed of faith. This act, though unseen, is my declaration that the dream is already mine. And here lies the hidden power of ritual. It builds momentum. At first, the actions may feel small, even insignificant, but repeated daily, they gather force, they compound, they multiply. Soon the dream that once seemed far begins to draw near, because you have aligned your life with it through ritual. Consider the sculptor again. He does not strike the stone once and expect a masterpiece. He strikes it faithfully, day after day, sometimes with large blows, sometimes with gentle touches. Each strike alone may seem unimportant, but over time the image within the stone is revealed. Your ritual works the same. Each faithful action may seem small, but over time the masterpiece emerges. Now let us address a truth. Some of you have tried to create rituals before, but you abandoned them. Why? Because you expected immediate results. Because when nothing changed overnight, you said, it does not work. But ritual is not magic. It is cultivation. The farmer does not plant seeds today and expect the harvest tomorrow. He waters daily, he tends daily, he protects daily. And in time the harvest arrives. If you will treat your dream with the same patience, the same devotion, you will see result, but only if you are consistent. A broken ritual is like a broken rhythm. It disrupts the flow. Every time you abandon it, you weaken the roots. Every time you return to it, you strengthen them. Therefore, let your ritual be unshakable. Decide that no matter the weather, no matter your mood, no matter the obstacles, you will perform it. And when you do, you prove to yourself that your dream matters more than your excuses. Some of you may ask, but what if my ritual is too small? What if my actions seem insignificant? I tell you, there is no such thing as an insignificant action when performed with faith. A single drop of water may seem small, but drop by drop, it fills the bucket. A single spark may seem small, but spark by spark, it lights a fire. Do not despise small actions. Celebrate them. For small actions, performed consistently, become great transformations. Let me remind you, your ritual is not only about outer action, it is also about inner alignment. Each day, set aside time to imagine, to feel, to embody the state of your dream fulfilled. This too is ritual. Just as the athlete trains the body, you must train the mind and heart. Each day, feed your vision with thought, with feeling, with action. This is how the unseen becomes seen. And I must tell you this, ritual will test you. There will be days when the world tries to pull you away. There will be days when your body feels tired, when your mind feels scattered, when your circumstances seem overwhelming. But it is in those moments that your ritual matters most. For it is in those moments that you declare, I will not be moved. I will not betray my dream. I will remain faithful. That faithfulness, repeated again and again, makes you unstoppable. You see, life responds to consistency. The world does not reward the one who acts once in passion and then disappears. It rewards the one who shows up day after day with devotion. The universe bends in favor of the consistent spirit. Opportunities open, resources align, people appear. Why? Because your ritual has become a signal. It tells life itself, I am serious, I am committed, I am ready. So tonight I challenge you. Do not leave this moment without creating your ritual. Decide, what will I do daily to honor my dream? What action will I take faithfully, no matter how small, no matter how what rhythm will I establish that declares to the world and to myself that I believe in my vision? Write it down, set it in motion, guard it fiercely, and as you do, watch how your dream, once distant, begins to take form before your eyes. For when you create a ritual of faithful action, you are no longer waiting for the dream. You are living it step by step, day by day. And when you live it faithfully, it must manifest. This, my friends, is the power of ritual. 4. Resist the illusion of quick results. My friends, we have spoken of recognizing the seed, disciplining the mind, and creating a ritual of faithful action. Now we come to one of the greatest challenges on this journey, resisting the illusion of quick results. Let me be very clear. Impatience is the silent thief of dreams. It is not failure that destroys most people. It is not even opposition. It is impatience, the belief that if the harvest does not appear instantly, it will never appear at all. We live in a world obsessed with speed. Everywhere you turn, there are promises of instant success, overnight wealth, immediate transformation. We are taught to crave quick results. And when life does not unfold as quickly as we demand, we begin to doubt, to waver, to abandon the very vision we once believed in. But hear me tonight. True success, lasting transformation, real manifestation, it is never instant. It unfolds according to rhythm, according to season, according to unseen processes working beneath the surface. Just because you cannot see it does not mean it is not happening. Think of the farmer again. He plants his seed in the soil, he waters it, he tends it. Days pass, weeks pass, and still nothing appears above the ground. The unwise farmer, impatient and frustrated, digs up the seed saying, "Why have you not grown? Perhaps it is dead, perhaps it is useless." But the wise farmer knows the truth. He knows that beneath the soil, roots are forming, foundations are strengthening, life is stirring in silence, and he waits faithfully until the harvest appears. So it must be with you. When results do not appear immediately, do not be deceived. Do not say, "It is not working." Do not say, "I must give up." For in those very moments, unseen growth is taking place. Your faith, your consistency, your ritual, they are already shaping your destiny, even if your eyes cannot yet see the evidence. This is the illusion of quick results. The belief that delay is denial, that silence means nothing is happening. It is not true. The roots are forming before the fruit appears. Now I must warn you, this illusion is powerful. It will whisper in your ear, "Why keep going? Why keep showing up? Look around. Nothing is changing." And many, too many believe that lie. They abandon the dream, not realizing how close they were to breakthrough. But you, if you would succeed, must resist. You must train yourself to see beyond appearance. You must remind yourself, just because I do not see results today, does not mean results are not coming. Just because my dream has not appeared yet does not mean it will not appear. I will not let impatience steal what belongs to me. Consider the child learning to walk. He stumbles, he falls, he struggles, but he does not stop. He does not say, "I tried twice and it did not work, therefore I will never walk." No, he continues again and again until the day comes when he takes his steps with confidence. Why? Because he does not expect quick perfection. He trusts the process of growth. Why then do you expect your dream to arrive fully formed in a single moment? Why do you demand perfection after a few attempts? Growth takes time. Mastery takes time. Creation takes time. You must give your dream room to grow. Now let me tell you something deep. The waiting season, the delay, the silence, it is not wasted. It is preparation. It is shaping you into the person who can carry the dream. Many of you want the harvest now, but if it were given to you now, you would not be ready for it. The waiting season is strengthening you, teaching you, refining you. It is not punishment. It is process. So instead of resenting delay, embrace it. Instead of complaining about the time, use it. Use it to grow, to learn, to become. For when the dream arrives, you will discover that the waiting was necessary, that the process shaped you into someone worthy of the promise. There is an old truth: easy come, easy go. What is gained quickly is often lost quickly, but what is built patiently, faithfully, over time, that endures, that lasts, that stands strong even when storms come. Do not seek quick results. Seek lasting results. I tell you this, the greatest men and women of history were not those who demanded instant success. They were those who labored faithfully, sometimes for years, unseen, uncelebrated, unrecognized, until the day came when the world could no longer ignore them. Their secret was not speed, it was patience, persistence, consistency. So tonight I ask you, will you allow impatience to rob you? Will you let the illusion of quick results make you quit? Or will you stand firm saying, "I will continue, I will persist, I will trust the process until my harvest appears"? Let me give you a practical key. When impatience rises, remind yourself of the farmer. Say, "My roots are growing. Though I cannot see them, my foundation is being laid. Though I cannot yet stand on it, My dream is forming in silence, and when it appears, it will be undeniable. And another key, celebrate progress, no matter how small. Do not despise the little signs of growth. One step forward, one open door, one new opportunity. These are evidence that the process is working. When you celebrate progress, you remain encouraged. When you despise it, you fall into discouragement. And the final key, commit to the long game. Say within yourself, I will continue not until tomorrow, not until next week, until my dream is realized, until my vision is fulfilled, until my harvest is reaped. That is the mindset that defeats impatience. That is the spirit that cannot be broken. So hear me, my friends. Resist the illusion of quick results. Trust the process. Honor the waiting. Celebrate progress. Commit to the long game. And when you do, you will discover something miraculous. What once seemed far will suddenly be near. What once seemed impossible will suddenly be real. And you will look back and say, the waiting was worth it. Do not give up. Do not surrender. Resist the illusion and the reward will be yours. 5. Persist through silence. My friends, if there is a test that almost every dreamer must face, it is the test of silence. We have spoken of recognizing the seed, disciplining the mind, creating ritual, and resisting the illusion of quick results. Now we come to this. The season when nothing seems to move, the time when silence surrounds you, the moment when the world seems blind to your effort. Let me ask you, what will you do when you have prayed, when you have acted, when you have labored and still no response comes? What will you do when you show up faithfully, day after day, yet the doors remain closed? Will you give up, or will you persist through silence? Silence is one of the greatest teachers. Silence tests the heart more than resistance ever could. When opposition arises, at least you can see it, at least you can fight it. But when silence meets you, there is nothing to fight, only the temptation to give up. That is why silence breaks so many. They mistake silence for absence. They believe nothing is happening, and so they abandon the very vision that is about to break through. But hear me, silence does not mean nothing is happening. Silence often means everything is happening. Beneath the surface, life is moving, aligning, arranging. The very silence you resent is often the proof that foundations are being laid in secret. Think again of the seed in the soil. When it is buried, there is silence. No sound, no movement visible. Day after day, the farmer sees only empty ground. But beneath the surface, the seed is splitting, roots are forming, life is stirring. If the farmer judged only by appearances, he would say, nothing is happening. But in truth, everything is happening, and soon the silence will give way to growth. So it is with you. When you persist through silence, you show life itself that you can be trusted. For silence is not a punishment, it is preparation. Silence is not delay, it is training. Silence asks you, will you continue even when no applause comes? Will you stay faithful even when no reward appears? Will you walk forward even when no one is watching? The answer you give in silence reveals the strength of your vision. Anyone can act when results are immediate. Anyone can persist when applause is loud. But only the true dreamer, only the faithful one, can persist when there is nothing but silence. And I tell you this, the silence is a filter. It separates those who are merely interested from those who are truly committed. Many begin the journey, but when silence comes, they stop. They say, if nothing has happened yet, perhaps it never will. But those who persist through silence prove that they are worthy of the dream. They show that their commitment is stronger than their circumstance. And these are the ones who see fulfillment. My friends, silence is not empty. It is sacred. It is in the silence that your faith is forged. It is in the silence that your roots go deep. It is in the silence that you learn to walk not by sight, but by inner conviction. If everything appeared immediately, faith would not be necessary. But silence demands faith. Silence requires inner vision. Silence asks you to believe without proof. And when you believe without proof, you unleash the very power that calls proof into being. Now let us be practical. How do you persist through silence? First, guard your inner dialogue. When silence surrounds you, the mind begins to whisper. It's not working. Nothing is happening. You're wasting your time. If you listen to those voices, you will surrender. But if you discipline your thoughts, if you remind yourself, silence is not the end. Silence is part of the process. Silence means my roots are growing. Then you can continue with strength. Second, remain faithful to your ritual. In silence, ritual is your anchor. When nothing seems to happen, ritual keeps you steady. It reminds you that you are still on the path, that you are still watering the seed. And every day you continue your ritual, you build momentum even if you cannot see it. Third, find gratitude in the silence. This may sound strange, but gratitude shifts your perspective. Instead of resenting the silence, thank it. Say, thank you for teaching me faith. Thank you for strengthening my patience. Thank you for preparing me for what is to come. When you give thanks in silence, you transform frustration into fuel. And fourth, refuse to measure progress only by what is visible. Remember, the roots always come before the fruit. Do not judge your journey by today's appearances. Judge it by the certainty of your vision. Let me give you an image. Imagine a mountain climber halfway up a great peak. The air is thin, the climb is long, and he looks around but he sees no summit yet. Only rocks, silence and more steps. At that moment he may feel despair. He may think, why continue? I cannot even see the top. But if he persists, step after step, breath after breath, eventually the summit comes into view. And when it does, every silent step, every weary moment, every unseen effort will have been worth it. So it is with your dream. Do not quit on the mountain because the summit is hidden. Persist through silence, and one day the view will be yours. Now let us speak of endurance. Silence stretches you. It teaches you to rely on something deeper than immediate gratification. It teaches you to endure. Endurance is not glamorous. It is not praise. But endurance is the backbone of every great accomplishment. Without it, nothing of value is ever achieved. Look at the river. It does not carve through rock in a single day. It carves through rock by persistence, by flowing, day after day, silently, faithfully, and over time, the rock yields. Your dream too requires the persistence of the river. Flow, even in silence. Continue, even when nothing moves. Persist, and in time, even the hardest obstacles will yield. So tonight I ask you, can you persist through silence? Can you continue when no applause comes? Can you believe when there is no proof? Can you walk when the path seems empty? If you can, then nothing can stop you. For silence is not your enemy. It is your ally. Silence builds you. Silence proves you. Silence prepares you. And when you have passed through the silence, the sound of your harvest will be louder, richer, and stronger because you endured. So I say to you tonight, do not fear silence. Do not despise it. Embrace it. Honor it. Persist through it. For when you do, you will discover that silence was never a void. It was the womb of your future. 6. Align action with vision. My friends, we have planted the seed, disciplined the mind, created rituals, resisted the illusion of quick results, and learned to persist through silence. Now we arrive at the 6th step. One of the most crucial of all, aligning action with vision. Why is this so important? Because consistency without alignment can still lead you astray. You can be disciplined, persistent, and hardworking, and yet, if your actions do not harmonize with your vision, you will build a life that does not reflect your dream. You will climb the ladder of success, only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. Alignment is everything. It is the difference between motion and progress, between activity and achievement, between busyness and fulfillment. Too many people mistake movement for advancement. They run fast, they work hard, they exhaust themselves, but they are not moving toward the life they desire. Why? Because their actions are not aligned with their vision. Let us pause here. What does it mean to align action with vision? It means that everything you do, everything you choose, every step you take is consistent with the life you have already claimed in your imagination. It means that your actions are not random but intentional. It means that your daily behavior mirrors the destiny you have chosen. Consider this truth. The world does not reward what you wish for. It rewards what you consistently align yourself with. You may dream of health, but if your actions are aligned with neglect, you will reap illness. You may dream of abundance, but if your actions are aligned with fear, you will reap lack. You may dream of love, but if your actions are aligned with bitterness, you will reap loneliness. Vision without aligned action is powerless. But when your actions match your vision, you unlock momentum. Suddenly, everything begins to flow. Life supports you because you are no longer divided within yourself. Your inner picture and your outer choices speak the same language. That harmony is irresistible. Let me ask you, what is your vision? Perhaps it is to live with abundance. Then your actions must reflect generosity, responsibility, and wise stewardship. Perhaps your vision is to walk in health. Then your actions must reflect care for the body, strength and discipline, and choices that honor your well-being. Perhaps your vision is to create something great. Then your actions must reflect diligence, focus, and courage. Do not deceive yourself. You cannot hold a vision of greatness while taking actions of mediocrity. You cannot hold a vision of strength while living actions of weakness. You cannot hold a vision of light while practicing darkness. Sooner or later, your actions will betray your true belief. Alignment means that what you say you believe is revealed in what you do every single day. Now, alignment is not perfection. Do not think it means you will never stumble, never falter, never take a misstep. Alignment means that when you falter, you correct yourself. When you drift, you return to center. When you forget, you remember again. Alignment is not flawless. It is faithful. It is the constant return to your vision until your life vibrates in harmony with it. Let me give you an image. Imagine a musician tuning a guitar. At first, the strings are loose, the sound is off, but he adjusts them one by one until the notes are pure. That is alignment. Each action you take is a string. Some may be off key at times, but through discipline and awareness, you tune them, and soon the song of your life matches the music of your vision. And here is the beauty. Once you are aligned, even small actions carry great power. One step taken in alignment is worth more than 100 steps taken in confusion. Because alignment creates resonance, and resonance amplifies impact. Now, how do we align action with vision? First, you must clarify your vision. You cannot align with what is vague. You must know clearly the life you are creating. You must see it, feel it, and claim it. Without clarity, alignment is impossible. Second, you must examine your actions. Do not deceive yourself with excuses. Look at your daily choices honestly. Ask, do my actions reflect my vision, or do they betray it? Be honest, for alignment begins with truth. Third, you must make correction without delay. When you discover misalignment, do not condemn yourself, simply correct it. If your vision is health but your actions have been neglectful, choose differently today. If your vision is abundance but your actions have been rooted in fear, choose generosity today. If your vision is love but your actions have been bitter, choose forgiveness today. Alignment is built through continual course correction. Fourth, you must remain consistent. Alignment is not a one-time choice. It is a daily practice. Every day you must align again. Every day you must ask, do my actions mirror my vision? Do my choices reflect my destiny? This daily alignment keeps you on course. And fifth, you must trust the process. Alignment does not always yield instant results, but it always yields inevitable results. When your inner vision and outer actions are one, nothing can stop the harvest. Consider the river once more. It flows toward the ocean, not by chance, but by alignment. Every movement of the water reflects its destination, and no matter how far it must travel, it arrives. Why? Because every action of the river is aligned with its vision of reaching the sea. So it must be with you. Let your vision be the ocean. Let your actions be the flowing water. And if you will align them daily, you too will reach your destination. Now let me speak of integrity. Alignment is not only about external action, it is about internal truth. Integrity means wholeness. When your thoughts, your feelings, your words and your actions are in harmony, you are whole. Wholeness creates power, but when you think one thing, feel another, speak something else, and act in contradiction, you are divided, and division destroys power. Therefore, align not only what you do, but who you are. Let your inner life and your outer life speak the same truth. Let your vision live in your thoughts, in your emotions, in your words, and in your deeds. That is true alignment. And let me warn you, misalignment has a cost. You can deceive others, but you cannot deceive yourself. If you live in contradiction, your spirit knows it. That inner conflict will drain your energy, cloud your vision, and delay your destiny. But when you align, you feel peace, you feel clarity, you feel power. For alignment produces harmony, and harmony produces strength. So my friends, the question tonight is simple. Will you align your actions with your vision? Will you live daily in harmony with the life you have chosen? Or will you scatter your energy on paths that lead nowhere? The choice is yours. If you choose alignment, everything changes. Your steps will carry power. Your decisions will carry weight. Your life will carry momentum. And the vision you once held in your imagination will appear in your world, not by accident, but by alignment. So I say to you, align your action with your vision. Let every choice, every step, every habit declare, this is who I am. This is what I believe. This is the life I am creating. And when you do, nothing in heaven or on earth can stop your dream from becoming reality. 7. Embrace small daily victories. My friends, we often dream of the great mountain peak. We see ourselves at the summit, the vision fulfilled, the dream realized, the destiny complete. But let me tell you this truth. No one arrives at the summit by leaping from the base to the top. Every mountain is climbed step by step, stone by stone, day by day. That is why step 7 is this. Embrace small daily victories. Do not despise the small steps. Do not overlook the little triumphs. Do not dismiss the quiet wins that seem insignificant. For it is these daily victories that carve the path to greatness. Greatness is not one giant leap. It is the accumulation of small steps taken faithfully over time. The problem with so many seekers is this. They wait for the grand breakthrough while ignoring the little opportunities for progress. They expect the doors of destiny to swing open in a moment. Yet they neglect to walk through the smaller doors that appear each day. But life does not work that way. The great breakthrough is built upon small, consistent victories. Think of a mighty tree. It begins not as a towering giant, but as a seed. At first, the seed breaks the soil with only a tiny sprout. You may not even notice it. But day by day it grows. Every inch gained is a victory. Every new branch is a victory. Every leaf is a victory. And over time, the seed becomes the mighty tree. So it is with your vision. Every small action aligned with your dream is a victory. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Every decision that reflects your vision, every choice that honors your destiny, is a victory worth celebrating. Now, why must we embrace small victories? Because the human spirit thrives on progress. Momentum is built not by waiting for the massive breakthrough, but by recognizing and celebrating each step forward. When you acknowledge the small wins, you fuel your faith. You strengthen your persistence. You keep the fire alive. Some of you are waiting to celebrate until the dream is complete. But if you will not celebrate the sprout, you may never see the tree. If you will not honor the inch, you will never reach the mile. If you will not rejoice in the step, you may faint before the summit. The joy of small victories sustains the climb. Let me say this again. The summit is reached not by leaping, but by climbing. And climbing requires encouragement. That encouragement is found in the recognition of daily victories. So how do we embrace small victories? First, you must notice them. Pay attention to progress, however small. Did you resist a temptation today? That is a victory. Did you remain faithful to your discipline? That is a victory. Did you act in alignment with your vision, even once? That is a victory. Too often people overlook these wins, dismissing them as meaningless. But they are not meaningless. They are the building blocks of destiny. Second, you must celebrate them. I do not mean you must throw a parade for every step, but acknowledge them. Thank yourself for your persistence. Recognize your growth. Whisper to yourself, this is progress. This is movement. This is evidence that I am on the path. That acknowledgement feeds your spirit. Third, you must accumulate them. Small victories are powerful not only individually but collectively. One step may seem small, but 10 steps, 100 steps, 1,000 steps. That is momentum. Over time, small victories compound, creating unstoppable progress. Think of a stone cutter. He strikes the stone 100 times and it does not crack. But on the 101st strike, it splits wide open. Was it the final strike that did it? No, it was the accumulation of every strike before it. Every swing was a small victory. Invisible but essential. So it is with your action. Every choice, every habit, every small win is striking the stone. And one day the breakthrough will come. But only because of the accumulated victories. Now let me warn you of a danger. The danger of belittling the small. Many people abandon the path because the progress feels slow. They dismiss the small victories as not enough. They say, what is one day of discipline? What is one small step? What is one choice? But let me tell you, the small is never small. The small is the foundation of the great. The child who learns one letter may not yet write a book, but without that one letter, the book is impossible. The runner who takes one step may not yet finish the race, but without that step, the race is lost. The builder who lays one brick may not yet see a house, but without that brick, the house cannot stand. Small victories matter, for they are the very fabric of greatness. And let us also understand this. Embracing small victories teaches gratitude. Gratitude is the soil in which dreams grow. When you are grateful for small progress, life entrusts you with greater progress. But when you despise the small, you close the door to the great. Gratitude multiplies what you have. So I urge you, every night reflect upon your day. Ask yourself, where did I win today? Where did I progress, however small? Where did I move closer to my vision? Write it down. Celebrate it. Let your spirit be nourished by the knowledge that you are advancing. And when discouragement whispers, you are not there yet, answer boldly, no, I am not there yet, but I am further than I was yesterday. I am progressing. I am winning. I am climbing. And soon I will arrive. Understand this law. The mind is trained by repetition. Every small victory is repetition of success. Each time you choose rightly, you strengthen the habit of greatness. Each time you resist the old pattern, you weaken its hold. Each time you act in faith, you deepen the groove of belief. Small victories are not only progress, they are training. They are shaping you into the person who can carry the dream. Do not wait for the dream to arrive before you feel victorious. Victory is not at the end. It is in the journey. The summit is not the only triumph. The climb itself is filled with triumph. And when you live this way, you will not only reach the dream, you will enjoy the path. My friends, let us take this step seriously. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. Do not overlook the quiet victories. Embrace them. Celebrate them. Accumulate them. For one day, you will look back and realize that every small victory was essential. Every step mattered. Every choice built the dream. The mountain will be climbed. The dream will be realized. The vision will manifest. And when it does, you will see that the summit was made of steps, and the steps were made of victories. Small, daily, faithful victories. So I say to you, embrace the small, celebrate the daily, honor the victories, however humble. And if you do, you will never lack encouragement. You will never lack momentum. And you will never lack proof that your dream is unfolding before your very eyes. 8. Master the art of patience. My friends, we have spoken of discipline, persistence, small victories, and the steady climb toward your destiny. But now we must address a quality without which all the others lose their power. That quality is patience. Patience is not weakness. Patience is not passivity. Patience is strength under control. It is the quiet power that refuses to be rushed. The deep confidence that the vision is unfolding in its own perfect timing. So many dreams are abandoned not because the dream was impossible, not because the dreamer was incapable, but because impatience poisoned the process. They wanted the harvest without the season of growth. They wanted the summit without the climb. They wanted the promise without the preparation. And when the results did not come quickly, they gave up, not realizing that patience was the bridge between the seed and the fruit. Understand this. Every great thing takes time. The seed does not become a tree overnight. The child does not become an adult in a week. The masterpiece is not painted in an hour. Destiny cannot be rushed. Life operates by seasons, and each season has its purpose. The season of planting must come before the season of harvest. The season of preparation must come before the season of fulfillment. If you are in the season of planting, rejoice, for it means the harvest is coming. If you are in the season of preparation, rejoice, for it means the vision is being built. Patience allows you to trust the process, to embrace the season you are in, knowing that nothing is wasted. But let us be clear. Patience is not sitting idly, waiting for life to happen. Patience is active. Patience is the daily practice of faith. It is continuing to sow when you do not yet see the sprout. It is continuing to climb when the summit is hidden in the cloud. It is continuing to persist when the results are invisible. Impatience demands proof immediately. Patience knows the proof is inevitable. Impatience says, if it hasn't happened yet, it never will. Patience says, if it hasn't happened yet, it is on the way. Impatience weakens the spirit. Patience strengthens the soul. Let me illustrate. Imagine a farmer. He places seeds in the ground. The next morning he rushes to the field, expecting to see a crop. Finding only bare soil, he grows discouraged. Day after day he sees no change. Impatience tempts him to abandon the field, to declare the seed dead. But the wise farmer knows better. He understands the unseen work of the soil. He trusts the invisible process. He waters, he waits, he protects, and in time the harvest comes. So it is with your vision. You may not yet see the fruit, but something is happening beneath the surface. Do not abandon your field in impatience. Keep sowing, keep watering, keep waiting, for patience assures you that the harvest is on schedule. Now, why is patience so vital in the journey of consistency? Because consistency without patience turns into frustration. If you are consistent today but impatient tomorrow, you will sabotage your progress. Patience is the anchor that keeps consistency steady. It tells you, do not quit, do not despair, the results are coming. Patience also protects your mind from doubt. When impatience grows, doubt creeps in. Doubt says, it is not working, you are wasting your time. But patience silences doubt with a steady assurance. Every action matters, every choice counts, every day builds toward the dream. Think of the sculptor chiseling stone. Strike after strike, nothing seems to change. Impatience would cause him to quit, believing the stone is unyielding. But with patience he continues. Strike by strike he shapes the masterpiece, and one day the form emerges. The masterpiece was always there, hidden within the stone, waiting for the patient hand to reveal it. Now let us be honest. Patience is not easy. We live in a world of speed. We want instant answers, instant results, instant success. We are trained to expect everything quickly. But the laws of life are not built on speed. They are built on process, and process takes time. The caterpillar does not become a butterfly in a moment. It must pass through the cocoon. The cocoon is dark. The cocoon is confining. The cocoon is uncomfortable. But the cocoon is necessary. Impatience would tear open the cocoon too soon, and the butterfly would never fly. Patience allows the transformation to complete. So what must you do to master the art of patience? First, you must reframe waiting. Waiting is not wasted time. Waiting is preparation time. While you wait, you are being strengthened, shaped, and prepared to carry the dream. Waiting is not emptiness. It is fullness in the making. Second, you must focus on progress, not speed. The question is not, how quickly am I advancing, but am I advancing at all? Even small progress is proof of movement. Speed does not matter. Direction does. Third, you must trust the timing. Life has a rhythm. Just as the tides move by the pull of the moon, your vision moves by the pull of destiny. You may not understand the timing, but you must trust it. What is delayed is not denied. What is hidden is not lost. Timing is working for you, not against you. Fourth, you must stay steady. Do not let impatience push you into rash decisions. Many people in their impatience settle for less than what they truly desire. They abandon the great for the immediate. They trade destiny for convenience. But if you can master patience, you will hold steady until the best unfolds. Patience, my friends, is the guardian of greatness. It is the quiet force that keeps you moving when the road is long. It is the calm strength that allows you to smile when others panic. It is the deep knowing that everything is unfolding, even if your eyes cannot yet see it. Let me remind you, time is not your enemy. Time is your ally. Time matures the seed. Time builds the foundation. Time shapes the character. If you try to bypass time, you bypass growth. But if you embrace patience, time becomes your servant, delivering the vision at the perfect hour. And here is the reward of patience. When the breakthrough comes, it will come suddenly. The bamboo tree grows unseen for years, sending roots deep into the soil, and then in one season, it shoots upward at incredible speed. Was that sudden growth magic? No, it was patience. The unseen years made the visible growth possible. So it will be with you. The world may call your success sudden, but you will know it was patience all along. So let us master this art. Let us not be discouraged by delay. Let us not be weakened by waiting. Let us not be seduced by speed. Instead, let us be rooted in patience, steady in faith, unwavering in vision. The dream is not denied. The vision is not lost. The harvest is not forgotten. It is all unfolding perfectly in time. Your task is not to rush the process, but to stay faithful to it. Your task is not to demand speed, but to walk in patience. So when impatience whispers in your ear, remember this truth. The seed takes time, The climb takes time. The masterpiece takes time, and that time is not against you. It is for you. Patience is not waiting in despair. Patience is waiting with and if you master this art, you will never quit prematurely. You will never abandon the process, and you will never miss the fulfillment of your dream. For the vision is certain, the promise is sure, the harvest is guaranteed. All it requires is patience, steady, unwavering, unshakable patience. 9. Build unshakable inner faith. My friends, we have spoken of discipline, persistence, small victories, and patience. Yet even with these pillars strong, there's one more foundation stone without which the structure cannot stand. Inner faith. Faith is not simply believing that something might happen. Faith is the inner knowing that it will. Faith is the certainty within you that the invisible is already real, that the unseen is already accomplished, that the dream exists long before your eyes confirm it. Without this faith, consistency becomes mechanical, patience becomes strained, and persistence loses its fuel. But with this faith, everything is infused with energy, power, and life. Listen carefully. Faith is not borrowed from others, and it cannot be handed to you like a gift. It must be built within you. It must rise from your own spirit, like a fire that no wind can extinguish. It must be the unshakable conviction that no matter how dark the night, the dawn is already written. So how do you build this inner faith? Let me take you through the path. First, you must recognize that faith begins in imagination. Before anything exists in the outer world, it exists in the inner one. The bridge you walk on was once only an idea in the mind of its builder. The music that inspires you was once only a silent rhythm in the heart of its composer. The breakthroughs of science, the towers of cities, the art of cultures, all were once unseen visions before they became visible realities. Faith is the force that treats the invisible as more real than the visible. Faith says, though I do not yet see it, I know it is already mine. Second, you must understand that faith does not depend on evidence. Evidence will often contradict the dream in its early stages. Evidence will tell you, it is not possible, it has not happened, it cannot be done. Faith looks at the same evidence and replies, this is temporary, reality is still unfolding. I choose to see what is coming, not just what is present. The one with faith is not blind. They see further. They see beyond. They see deeper. They see not only what is, but what is becoming. Third, you must guard your faith. Faith is like a flame. At first it is fragile. The winds of doubt, the storms of fear, the whispers of discouragement, all try to extinguish it. But if you protect it, if you shield it with persistence and feed it with vision, it grows into a fire no storm can quench. Guard your faith from the voices that laugh at your dream. Guard it from the doubts that rise within. Guard it from the temptation to surrender too soon. If you allow your faith to weaken, everything else will crumble. But if you make your faith unshakable, nothing can stop you. Now, let us look at the power of faith when it is fully grown. Faith gives you strength in uncertainty. When others panic, faith keeps you calm. When others give up, faith keeps you steady. Faith allows you to walk through storms with unshaken confidence, because you are not walking by sight, but by vision. Faith transforms obstacles into stepping stones. What looks like defeat to the doubter looks like opportunity to the believer. Where the fearful see an ending, the faithful see a beginning. Where the weak see a wall, the faithful see a door. Faith also energizes consistency. Without faith, repetition feels empty. With faith, repetition feels powerful. You no longer ask, why am I doing this again? Instead, you say, every action strengthens the reality of what already belongs to me. And here is the deepest truth about faith. You already have it. You demonstrate faith every day without realizing it. When you plant a seed, you have faith it will grow. When you set an alarm at night, you have faith the morning will come. When you sit in a chair, you have faith it will hold your weight. The question is not whether you have faith. The question is where you place it. Too many people place their faith in they believe in failure more than they believe in success. They trust in obstacles more than they trust in opportunities. They give more power to doubt than to destiny. But you, my friends, must shift your faith. Place it not in fear, but in possibility. Not in doubt, but in destiny. Not in limitation, but in the infinite. The faith you already possess must be redirected toward your vision, your dream, your higher purpose. How then do you strengthen this inner faith until it becomes unshakable. First practice. Speak it. Words are seeds of faith. When you declare your vision, when you affirm your destiny, when you speak life over your dream, you are strengthening faith. Do not speak defeat. Do not speak despair. Speak only what builds, strengthens, and affirms. Second practice. See it. Close your eyes and envision the end result. See yourself already living in the fulfillment of your dream. Feel the joy, the peace, the gratitude of having it. The mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. By repeatedly envisioning your victory, you build the inner conviction that it is already yours. Third practice. Act it. Faith without action is nothing more than wishful thinking. Each step you take in alignment with your vision proves your faith. Even the smallest action carries power when fueled by belief. Act as though it is certain, and in time the certainty becomes reality. Fourth practice. Protect it. Do not expose your faith to constant negativity. Be cautious with whom you share your vision. Some will water your faith. Others will poison it. Surround yourself with those who uplift, inspire, and strengthen your conviction. And now I tell you this. Unshakable faith is not loud. It does not need to shout. It does not need to convince anyone. Unshakable faith is calm. It is steady. It is unbothered by delays, unafraid of challenges, unmoved by appearances. It stands like a mountain, firm, silent, unyielding. People will ask, how can you be so calm when everything seems against you? And you will answer, because I know how this ends. People will wonder, why are you so steady when others have quit? And you will say, because I already see the victory. People will doubt. People will question. People will laugh. But none of that matters, because faith is not built on their opinions. Faith is built on inner knowing. Let me give you this vision. Imagine a lighthouse standing on the shore. Storms crash against it. Waves rise, winds howl, yet it remains unmoved. It does not run. It does not bend. It shines steadily, guiding ships in the darkest nights. That lighthouse is faith. When you build unshakable inner faith, you become the lighthouse, steady, unwavering, unshaken by the storms of life. And here lies the great paradox. When you finally build this faith, you no longer chase the vision. The vision begins to chase you. Opportunities align. People appear. Doors open. Circumstances shift. The outer world begins to conform to the inner conviction. So my friends, decide this day to build that unshakable faith. Refuse to let fear steal your trust. Refuse to let doubt erode your certainty. Refuse to let impatience weaken your conviction. Seep it until it feels real. See it until it becomes clear. Act it until it manifests. Protect it until it grows unshakable. And when you have built this inner faith, no obstacle can destroy you. No delay can deter you. And no setback can define you. For faith is the invisible bridge that carries you from where you are to where you are destined to be. This is step 9. Build unshakable inner faith. And with it you will never again be a victim of fear, doubt, or despair. You will walk forward with calm certainty, with steady confidence, with unwavering strength. And when others ask you, how did you endure? How did you keep going? How did you rise? You will answer with a smile, because I believed, and belief was enough. 10. Live as though it is already fulfilled. My friends, we have traveled far together. We have spoken of vision, of discipline, of persistence, of patience, of unshakable faith. Each step is built upon the last. Each principle stacking like stones to form a foundation strong enough to carry the weight of your destiny. And now we arrive at the final step, the culmination, the closing key, to live as though it is already fulfilled. This is not merely the end of the journey. This is the beginning of your new life, because everything you have practiced until now points to this truth. If you want your vision to manifest, you must begin to live it before the world reflects it. Living as though it is already fulfilled means refusing to wait for confirmation before you rejoice. It means walking in victory while others still see defeat. It means embodying the state of your desired outcome until it no longer feels separate from you. This step is the bridge between dreaming and becoming, and it is here where most people hesitate. They say, I will be confident once I succeed. I will be joyful once I arrive. I will be grateful once I receive. But that is not how the law of life works. The world does not reward the hesitant. It rewards the one who dares to embody the end before it appears. Let me tell you this. You do not become successful by waiting for success. You become successful by living success in advance. The question is not what do I want? The question is, who am I in relation to it? And the answer must always be, I am already the one who has received. So how do we live this truth? First, you must shift your self-image. No longer see yourself as the one striving, longing and waiting. See yourself as the one who has already arrived. When you look in the mirror, do not see the one who is chasing the dream. See the one who embodies it. Carry yourself as though you are already living the life you desire. Walk with the posture of fulfillment. Speak with the tone of assurance. Act with the confidence of someone who knows they have already won. Second, you must feel the emotions of fulfillment now. The human mind is trained to postpone joy, to delay peace, to wait for conditions. But fulfillment comes when you reverse that order. Choose to feel now what you would feel then. If your dream is to live in abundance, feel abundant today. If your dream is to be loved, radiate love now. If your dream is to be free, walk in the freedom of your imagination now. The emotions of your future must not be distant guests you hope to welcome one day. They must be your companions here and now. Third, you must align your actions. Living as though fulfilled does not mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means every step you take, every decision you make, every choice you commit to flows from the awareness that the vision is already complete. You no longer act from desperation or doubt, but from certainty and calm. Your actions become the natural expressions of the fulfilled state you already inhabit. Think of it this way: when a builder lays the first stone of a great cathedral, he does not ask if the cathedral is possible. He knows it is already complete in his mind. Each brick, each beam, each detail flows from the end that is already alive in his vision. So it must be with you. Your every action flows from the end you already live in. Fourth, you must release the need to force outcome. Living as though fulfilled means trusting that life is rearranging itself on your behalf. You no longer need to obsess, to worry, to control every detail. You walk with the calm assurance that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You live in peace because you know the victory is already secured. Now, let us make this very practical. Imagine that you already are the person you wish to be. How would you stand? How would you dress? How would you speak? How would you treat others? How would you treat yourself? Begin to embody those qualities now. If your dream is wealth, live with the dignity of one who is already wealthy. If your dream is health, live with the gratitude and energy of one already whole. If your dream is love, live with the generosity and kindness of one already cherished. Do not postpone the state. Become it. Embody it. Live it. And here is the secret. The more you live as though fulfilled, the more natural it becomes. At first it feels like imagination, but over time, it becomes identity. And once it becomes identity, the outer world has no choice but to conform. Why is this the final step? Because it closes the gap between where you are and where you wish to be. The gap was never real. It was always an illusion created by the mind. The moment you decide to live from the end, the gap dissolves. You are no longer separate from your desire. You are one with it. Let us go even deeper. To live as though fulfilled is to walk in gratitude before the gift arrives. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. It declares, I already have it, and I thank life for it. Gratitude is not a polite response to blessings. It is the magnet that draws blessings closer. So cultivate gratitude as a daily practice. Wake each morning not in longing, but in thanksgiving. Go to bed each night not in waiting, but in appreciation. Speak often the words thank you, as though your dream has already arrived, because in truth it has. Do you see now the beauty of this step? You are no longer chasing, no longer struggling, no longer doubting. You are living it now. And because you live it now, it must appear in your world. The world is a mirror, my friends. It reflects not what you want, but what you are. When you become the fulfilled version of yourself within, the outer world reflects it back without. And so the final call is this: stop waiting, start living. Stop postponing your joy, your peace, your confidence. Stop saying one day when I arrive. No, the day is today. The moment is now. Live your dream now in thought, in feeling, in action. And soon the world will bow to the power of your conviction and mirror it back to you in full measure. This is the last step, but it is also the eternal step. Because once you master this, you no longer live in the future. You live in the timeless reality of fulfillment. You carry heaven within you wherever you go. You embody destiny in every breath. And when people look at you, they will not see someone waiting. They will see someone living. They will see someone whole. They will see someone free. And when they ask, how did you do it? How did you manifest the life you live? You will not need to explain theories or steps. You will simply say, I lived it before it appeared. I believed before it was seen. I embodied the end and the end came to meet me. So now, my friends, rise, step into your destiny. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Carry yourself as though the dream is real, because it is. Live as though fulfilled and the world will bend itself to your conviction. This is step 10. Live as though it is already fulfilled. With this, the journey is complete, and so are you.